If you think that selling digital products on Etsy is too saturated and that there are no good products left, then this video is for you. I'm Bailey, the owner of Bailey Design Co., one of the largest digital product shops on Etsy, and I made this list of 5 products that I found with really low competition yet very high search volume. And if you stay to the end, I think that you might be surprised at the product that made the most, and it's something that I had never heard of and would never have even thought to create. So with that, let's go ahead and hop on the computer and I'll show you what I mean. So for the products that made this list, they had to meet the criteria that I usually go by, which is data research in a keyword research tool such as eRank and Everbee, and I go by green means go, meaning that all of my columns need to be green. That means the average search volume needs to be green, very high. The click-through rate and the clicks need to be high as well. And the competition also needs to be green because there's no sense in, as a new shop, going after something like printable wall art where the competition is 2.3 million. Unless you are very specific on the type of printable wall art, that's where I say you could probably change it up a bit and niche down. Anyway, the first product that I found, and it was very interesting and I had to do a little bit of digging, is the digital art commission keyword that I found. And for the most part, it looked like these are either anime or fantasy driven art commissions. And I think that this product would be super easy to create because you are 100% reliant on what the customer gives you, meaning they could want their image just put into this anime type style or this fantasy type style. So it's custom work, and yeah, that does take a little bit more time and effort, but it also weeds out a lot of your competition because they don't want to spend the time creating custom work. They are looking for more of the passive type where you can create something and it will sell the same thing 1,000 times over. And while that can be very great, custom work can actually have a much higher profit margin, and you're kind of working more so with the customer, so you do have to be prepared for that. I ran the analytics on this digital art commission and was very surprised at what I saw. The average monthly revenue is well above 1,000. We have 2,200, we have 1,000, we have 1,000. These are all different shops as well, so that is good to know that multiple shops are able to compete in this space. And once again, I think it would be really easy to do because you're reliant on what the customer gives you to create the commission that they're requesting, or there's just specific requests if it's not based off of like a photo that they're providing or a general idea. So it's not like you have to come up with a bunch of listings first. You just need to come up with your custom product listing, which is, in my opinion, much easier than coming up with a listing that will compete against thousands and thousands of other listings that are essentially the same product. The next item I had, and I did show this on my other video, but it's still worth mentioning just because of the high search and very low competition still on this, and that is the ADHD planner. So first off, we have over 8,000. The next one is 6,000. Then we have a $2,400 one. Then we have a $1,500 one, 1,100, and then we're down to about 653. So the ADHD digital planners are still, in my opinion, wide open, and you can also make a printable version of these as well to create additional listings in your shop. The next thing I saw was, and I only included these, they are a little bit low on the average monthly sales and their revenue, but I included them because there are so many different types of niches that you could target with these, and these are printable affirmation cards. So because there are so many different types of affirmation cards, you could really spread your shop across multiple niches and still fit multiple 5 figures in that shop. So we have just, let's see, we have affirmation cards that are just positive. We have teenager, we have mental health ones, we have motivational cards for kids, you have self-care, you have badass affirmation cards and sweary ones, you have birth affirmation cards. So when I say that this product category is very widespread, that you could just probably never run out of ideas of different types of affirmation cards to create in. I think these ones are Christian ones right here. You have blank ones right here. So, I mean, even blank ones are showing here on the first page. Watercolor clip art here. So these would be really fun to make. And if you hadn't seen my other video about Canva printables and how I create them, affirmation cards are included in that process, and you would essentially be cutting out the entire step of creating them. You would just need to personalize them and change the style on them with the way that I would create printable cards from that video. So I'll link that down below. The next product that I found, which is not very surprising, is the wedding program template download. And these are usually editable because they'll have to put their name in there, they'll have to put the date, they'll have to include any specific information. So these would be Canva templates. And this is something that also goes back to the program that I use to create easy Canva templates. So please watch that if you haven't. But the first few, you have 37, you have 3,500, 2,800, 2,200, 1,800, and the possibilities with wedding program template downloads is endless as well, because the style that people want their wedding invitations in could just go on and on and on. It's different types of flowers, different colors, different styles. I'm seeing like this newspaper one seems to be very popular, and I was very surprised that this still had low competition as well. The final product that I found, and I did not know people even did this, is a printable reading journal. So this was surprising to me because I read a lot and I just buy books like on Google Play, and I never thought that this actually would be helpful to me if I had this on my tablet or my phone, and it would be, customized with some pretty like little watercolor books like this, and you could fill in the different types of books that you're reading, and if you do take notes on them or put them on your bookshelf once you've read them, and create synopsis, and everything that you could possibly imagine are included in these reading journals. The numbers on this were just crazy, and that it popped up with such low competition was crazy as well. So it looks like the top one is earning about $14,000 a month on one listing. The next one is $5,200. The next one is $4,800. Then we have 24, we have 22, we have 21, not one. Then we're down to 19, but there are so many shops here that are multiple 4 figures here, and 5 figures even, all on this reading journal, digital printable reading journal is what I had put in, but most of them were coming up as digital, and I could see that it would be more of a digital product on like your tablet or your phone, just because most people read on their phone or their tablet. I hope that was helpful, going over a few digital products that maybe you haven't heard of or thought of. And if you have any type of digital products that you'd like me to go over as far as specifically creating one of these, I would be happy to try and see if I could do. Thanks for watching.